Right. Dumelang le kae ke Molo. Today I'm joined by my good friend Thabiso.
Yes, yes,
Right?
yes.
And obviously we are concerned about the issues in our community. As you all know, tabe mine la re thoma ka ishala mrao ka baka la hore nna personally ke na le interest, but ke na le di concern at the same time because ke a tseba re pleke tše ntši tša wild mine di feleletša di ba jwang. And that is why ke be ke nyaka go dira a media platform e leng gore re ka e berekisha go bolela about this thing ya mine, because I see pleke tša go tshwana le bathoko mo e leng gore go feleletša go ba le tlhakatlhakano e kgolo. And so to avoid that, ke hoditše gore this media platform e ka create a dialogue ya re fa space ya gore rena as community ya mo Gantšhabele re kgone go bolela, re kgone go rera ditaba tša rena gore dilo di se ke tša tšwa tseleng re sa tsebe gore go diragalang. And so as you all know, there have been developments ka taba ya mine, and so I brought Thabiso here today to come and talk ka mine o ke gore na ga botse di developments tše di tšwelelang gane jwale rena as badudi ba mo motseng re reng, what are the implications, and also maybe gore go dilo di ye pele rena as the community re tlo swanela ko go dira jwang. Thabiso le kae mhlompe?
Re gona le kae Mr. Molo?
Wa le nna ke gona
Yes,
monna.
yes, yes, yes.
Wena o reng ka taba tše tša mine monna? O happy gore mine o atla go ba na le concern?
Everyone is concerned. Myself, I'm concerned because there are a lot of issues still where they are going around, particularly the issue of mining. Because as far as I understand, GORE, up to so far, since Retsepishoka mine, I think it was somewhere last year. Yeah, early last year. So by now, perhaps we are on phase 1. If then things went well. So the challenge GORE, we are still here. And then dialogue right. Actually at the moment we find ourselves busy actually dealing with differences, our own differences within the community, but not talking even about the issues that mine. Yes, at the moment our energy own differences. Right. Yes. Up until Lengwalo. Yes, yes. Up until Lengwalo. Right. And then and even before Lengwalo, even some issues still these are considerable issues. Clarity even by now. Yes, even before this letter. Situation exists. Exactly. And again, even this letter, Bramolo, we cannot say that the content Lengwalo, it's legitimate and it's correct. We cannot condone it because Leon, the content, it still needs to be evaluated to check if whether because get alleged, get the allegations. Yes. Well, yes, yes. Yeah, now it's about exactly. That is why I feel exactly. Yes, right. Yes. So ona arna peretsene nga tabia Lengwalo Lengwalo le tswa go Magedi, who is the secretary, I'm told, ya TTM. Yes. Correct? Yes. And so ke ena mongwaledi wa ona. Lengwalo le address to secretary ya Ntshavhele Traditional Council. Yes. All right? Yes. All affected secretaries Ntshavhele community. So I would believe even if you're not the secretary community at Ntshavhele. Yes. So therefore we are affected. And also le Coxstar Limpopo province. Right. So kinyaka tsena ga the issue tše di tšweletswang mo Lengwalo, and then re dissect one by one, because mo no bolela gore gona di dilo tše leng gore di a diragala tše leng gore o di beile yo. Yeah. Point by point. Very considerable allegations. Yeah. You cannot overlook them. No, you can't. No, they are compelling. They are compelling. Very compelling. We must pay attention. Yes. Okay, so let's go into the letter. The first part, and then from point number 1. No problem. All right. So, right. Response to Ntshavhele Traditional Council following a meeting held on the 21st of August at Ntshavhele Community Hall. Wait, now, isn't this the same meeting Maban Oring Eba Uswere, but I think Eba Bucha Mutakaona? This response, according to the heading, it refers to the meeting. All right.
But that meeting, we
can... 21.
21st.
Yes.
Meeting held on the 21st of August.
No,
okay,
no problem.
Yes.
This is that response to that meeting. Much often, certain elements in the council deliberately mislead the council for their own sinister motives. So, division in the council, and then only they deliberately mislead the council. In this meeting, an accusation was made by the chairperson of the council, Mr. TSENE, that the directors of Taung Chabeleng Tribal Mining disrespect Kgoshi Komane Chabeleng by not honoring his invitation to a meeting. Kgoshi Komane also made the same remarks to one of the directors, Galamatsela Maoto. So, however, this is not true. So, tabagolo ko gore go na le kgagano ka mogare council.
Yes.
Apparently, Ntate TSENE is misleading the council, and then also by saying TTM is disrespect Kgoshi, right? Now I don't know or TTM disrespect Kgoshi or not, but that is what is being said in the letter. Okay.
Yes.
So okay, the reasons for these directors' refusal to meet with Kgoshi Komane Chabeleng, amongst others, are the following.
Yes.
Okay, so what are Kgoshi unyagile meeting?
Yes.
And then the directors at TTM decided
to honor the meeting. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't know what happens between council, Kgoshi, and Molo TTM.
Yes. Yes.
So hopefully then what is really going on.
Exactly.
Right. Kgoshi Chabeleng is shielding certain people to advance their personal interests in the mine project at Chabeleng. The mine project at Chabeleng is based on a false foundation that it is community-owned for community development, while it is 100% owned and controlled by an individual who is not a citizen of Chabeleng.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, tabagore, mine woki, our own ke batho ba motse wa Chabeleng.
Yes.
Own a certain individual,
yes,
who jump from another place, I guess that person,
yes,
who own 100% of the shares. That's Joe. I don't know if as a community member, I'm concerned already.
Yes,
because what are my no aswari?
Exactly, because immediately they talk about ownership of 100% by a certain individual. In itself, it tell you the mine in itself, like community, hainale selo at all. Yes.
And regasa selo.
Because aswarena. Only that certain individual can all the powers.
Right.
Yes. So now that's what actually now is causing, I can say, an uproar in the community to say why should particularly even Moto an outsider asware 100% of the shares. The mine no longer supposed to be the
shares.
The
community.
Exactly.
So this is why because
the allegations that TTM, as according to the letter, GORE TTM, Kgoshi, apparently protect that very same individual who are owning the 100% shares. Yes,
right,
yes,
right,
at the expense of the interest of the community.
Yes. Where does your interest lie?
Exactly. That's the question.
Are you not supposed to care mostly about the constituency? Exactly. Quote unquote.
Exactly. So because the interest they must be championed is the interest of the
community.
Of the community.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. You see?
Now, Kgoshi serves as a front. A front. So he's not even the main man.
No. As a front.
To advance this fraud by some corrupt members of the council against the directors of TTM who have exposed this fraud as a result. Kgoshi uses his power to scare and harass the directors to stop questioning this fraud and submit to his orders to accept this fraud in favor of these corrupt members of the council he favors. So the way he a certain grouping, Kamara Council, e tsamaisana le tabe ya monno a ownang di shares and kgoshi o shireletša these people ba gara council together with that man.
Exactly. Exactly. And we must put it right and clear to say gare attack any individual. We don't have any personal differences with any individual. No. We are just deliberating the whole issue of mining. Yes, and entertaining even all the allegations said in leveled against everyone, all the stakeholders.
Right.
Yes. So we are not taking sides. Exactly. No. You see, yeah. Right. So now, as far as I understand, Molo, GORE, only two groups. They are at the local heads at the moment. Issue ya mine, all right? And from where I'm standing, I'm very concerned because to me, both groups they are at the local heads. It has the interest of the community at heart. Both of the two groups, they are there to serve their own interest. Yeah, so they are just misleading community. These two groups.
Tabe ya gore ba ba nya go tshela community dilo bona ba lwela gore community e be yona e tlo benefita wena or no both of them actually have no interest of the community.
No, both of them, they from where I'm standing individually,
or they look like they are not.
They look like they are not, because remember that every time when we meet we happen to recopanele only one group, and then if then we happen to remit that only one group, that in most cases recopanele le cancel, and then le trust.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then because
so the director of TTM has meeting.
That one is still a controversial one as well, because even yesterday, our meeting, the council is alleged to TTM meeting. They complained to TTM meeting. But the question is TTM was officially invited. Because you cannot just expect TTM to come to the meeting. Equally loudspeaker like everyone. Understand?
Even meeting.
Exactly. Invite them in. Formally they must be invited. Yes, so that you will have a reasonable ground. To say, they fail. Yes, but the question is exactly. Yes. So ke be ke sa le mo issue ya gore ya go bontsha gore ge limita ge go na le batho ba babedi ba ileng gore balwa, and then you meet one party and not the other. Surely the party here we meet it is going to say whatever it say to defend itself. Yes, because the other party is not there to respond.
That's
yes,
right.
Yes. So now in most cases Remita, council and the trust, so they are always lambasting TTM and then protecting themselves. Exactly. So, but the challenge, GORE, TTM is always not there to respond for itself. Yes. So now here's TTM responding a letter to say this is the reason why. Exactly. This is the reason why actually we in the previous political honor your meetings. Yes, this is the reason, because Hoshi is humiliating us, and Hoshi at some point is conniving with other people or other members of the council.
Right.
Yes, against TTM. Yes.
Now you are
that's the question.
So personal interest over community.
Yes,
it looks like
yes.
Point number 4, on the 17th of March 2024, in a community meeting, Hoshi stood up and humiliated one of the directors, Magedi Metwane, by ordering him to apologize for asking clarity with regard to the shareholding in TTM and formation of community trust. Ordered to apologize for exercising the legal powers and duties as the directors of the company. I think probably no longer I'm meeting if I'm not.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so because the first meeting way long this issue the illegitimacy of the trust and the unfairness or unduly ownership of trust of shares. Yeah, during that meeting. Yes, during that meeting. So now the question go worry, because if you listen to point number 4, e bolela ga botse gore Kgoshi o gopetse Magedi Metwane, which is the director at TTM, to apologize for the exposure, alleged exposure, actually the exposure of the alleged corruption. But the question is, wrong na. Exactly. And Kgoshi Shala Are Metwane must come out and apologize. Did Kgoshi consult investigations into those allegations before he can demand apology from the director? That's the question.
Because Rapingas now apologize for Ntelo when out the word
yes.
And real gore Nakia Sola. When I Kgoshi Sunjo into confidence.
Yes.
Poncheri Tabacheo Kinyakango Dizibaleba to Abalen responsible. Or no Monarishu, Caro Boboncha or ne consent. Itabashidi.
Exactly. Then at the full realization of the real facts, he can come out and say, apologize. Yes. Yes.
Because you can't which I one. I can't know.
Exactly.
Apologize.
Yes.
Point number 5. In this meeting, Kgoshi supported the suspension of the activities of the directors of the company, even though he did not have any legal authority to do so. But it was clear that he was acting on behalf of those he seeks to protect. Right. Okay. So, ora namo cancel Molo Kgoshi shijere kushamba toba. Arasa banyaka ba. Okay. Wa ngara ba tsamaishe taba tsa rena ka mo go rena re nyaka. The question is boma.
Yes.
Rena re nyaka. Ga ba tsamaishe taba ka mo go rena re nyaka. Ke bo mang ba nyaka ngore TTM tsamaishe ditaba jwa.
Yes.
If it is not for the interest of the community, then somebody is already doing something wrong.
Yes.
And if Muhlomungo or no, they must apologize because, or they must be suspended and removed because they are doing wrong for the community, then he is right. But now, issue you already shares the owner like somebody from Rampakel. It seems to be a fact. And in Kalbagaleo, then TTM cannot be wrong to question that issue. Correct?
You are correct. You are correct. And to add on that, Bramolo, GORE, and it came to my mind yesterday, meeting on our mind, like we met. It came to my mind to say, Regi no Kgoshi, Ujeri decision ya TTM directors must be suspended. So I asked myself, did Kgoshi took that decision solely without consultation of other stakeholders? Understand? Or without actually a proper consultation? That decision must be taken. Does Kgoshi have the powers solely as a Kgoshi to suspend the directors of TTM? That's what came to my mind. I don't know that, but I still need to be clarified in that. But I asked myself to say, Kgoshi inali the sole power to suspend directors of TTM now. Yes. Like when I'm asking this, the sole power and the authority, it's like I'm asking Gorna, Kgoshi does they have the power or I cannot zo enough for one or no. So
it would be very wrong.
It would be very wrong.
Because influence again.
That's why TTM is asking the question now, is raising the issue, a very concerning issue. Kgoshi does not have the legal powers and the position to do so. Yes. So, but we are not sure at the moment. Myself, I'm not sure at the moment about those legal powers. Yes.
But level in terms of Companies Act and whatnot, I would say he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Because you can't just chairperson company for example, a cooperative.
Yes.
You can't just say somebody must. You can't. I don't think he has the powers. Right? Point number 6. In the afternoon of 17 March 2024, surprisingly, the directors of TTM received a letter from Gilbert Maramanyane of Fojana Pty Ltd, a citizen of Rampatlele, ordering the directors of TTM to stop interacting or communicating with the investors and Department of Minerals and Energy officials or taking any action with regard to the mining project at Ranchabileng. He does not have any legal authority to order this instruction, to order or instruct these directors to stop acting at their capacity or communicating with anyone in their legal powers and duties as directors of TTM. He does so because he has the protection of Hoshi and other rogue people in the council.
Yes.
Damn. The plot thickens, bruh.
It's now escalating.
If Munna Warampathele, Maramanyane, right? Gilbert Maramanyane, now Oshecha Trogagabo, I instruct about Wamo Chabele or Wadire concerning the issue involving MOTSE Wabona. That is a concerning issue.
So it shows you where this man only a certain leverage against the community there is a certain leverage. The powers so you sit down and you ask yourself,
right?
Find those powers. That's what they are saying. That's what they are saying. So it's very much concerning.
Because because the WhatsApp group the ability out some of these things.
Yes.
But hopefully through the video what is actually happening community because the unfortunate thing is if the DILO are wrong, it will affect all of us. And unfortunately, some individual who suffer, suffer as a collective.
Exactly.
So, pay attention. Or wrong,
yes.
Right. So it is obvious to me then the council TTM Lengwalo that it means when somebody who found that access and power,
yes,
or the notion ya gore yena karala ga mphatlhela angwalla batho ba gantšhabeleng gore ba direng ka ditaba tša bona. That is very disrespectful.
Exactly. So I think in this regard Gilbert Maramanyane he does not have the powers to dictate or to stop the directors of TTM to operate or to run TTM. Why I'm saying that? Because TTM, I reported Gilbert Maramanyane. No, it report to the council.
That's right.
Yes. So it is the council that has the powers, perhaps, to say something to TTM, but not Gilbert.
No. Yes, I agree.
Yes. Yes. Even though the very same powers of the council,
not limited.
Yes, they are still limited. Yes. So, but in terms of Gilbert Maramanyane, totally does not have the powers.
Out of order.
Who is he? Who is he?
He is out of order.
At all. Yeah. It's out of order. Yes. No, he's not even directly affected.
No.
He's not even directly affected. But he sounds like Utleima or only the powers and the rights to dictate or now what is it that must be done in this situation.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So it's wrong.
Big time.
So but obviously this man
Exactly.
Who is that person? We must find that person. Exactly. Yes.
Point number 7. In early April 2024, Hoshi and Gilbert Maramanyane visited the offices of investors in Gauteng. So, kiba holds.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And in this visit, Hoshi asked that the investors stop funding the mine project at Ranchabele. Now we know why. But on this day, he did not hesitate to request money for himself to fix his new car that he crashed.
It's a problem.
These are serious issues. Joke.
Yeah. You see, and these are very damning allegations, very considerable allegations from Molo. Because people now, even our leadership, they are no longer representing the people they were supposed to be representing. Yes, they are instead championing their own interests instead of the interest of the people.
Why is it, Joe?
Why
Is it that in African communities,
yes,
there is enjoy benefit as a collective? There is always a few individuals.
Yes.
Why you wanna let this type of thing?
I'm always saying, Molo, not that we are
benefit.
Exactly. Not that I'm always saying to people, to say, our black people, they get this notion, this very wrong notion, champion the interest. They think or no, they must take the whole benefits into their own pocket. Understand? But I'm always saying to people, alright? By saying that, I mean exactly. Understand?
They can get something along the way.
Yes, but
as long as everybody else in the end also
exactly. We are saying that as a leader, we cannot complain. Every leader, leader, benefits understand? But we are against the issue where the 80% of the benefits and the community benefit 20%. No, that's not how it works.
That's not how it should work.
So you must benefit that 5% for you, or 10% for you, let the whole 90% go to the community.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
It's individual.
But not the other way around.
But now you see, it means now usually
yes.
Khoshi kanyana ga maole maramanyane jwale ba gogela ka le site.
Yes.
Ba re ratsa bona ba noshi.
Yes.
Which means now she to their own personal interest. It's no longer about the community anymore.
At all. Because mo ileng gore e chabisha gina mana jammele. Particularly point number 7. Ke re e bontsha gore Khoshi kanyana allegedly, we must put it right because we don't want people we don't want people to go around and speculating and then saying this is the letter, yes. So now, more Bramolo, allegedly Khoshi said to the investor to say, Tabaya money yes, Mara. Our interest exactly. Yes. And if then this was perpetuated by an ordinary member of the community, it was fine. But unfortunately now it is perpetuated, allegedly perpetuated by the leader. The person who was supposed to be, who was interested. Exactly.
Malapa.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
if this is the truth, yeah, choose.
Too much.
Yeah, boy fish.
Exactly.
We will now dive into that. Yes. Yes.
Because mogopolo wa rena le tsibo ya moetapele go re moetapele o etapele badudi ba motse wa gagwe go se etapele badudi and go ra go re o naganela bona well immediately wena o sa naganele bona go ra ra o sa le moetapele wa bona go ra ro moetapele wa gago right so le go ra ra re sa ne go shumisela ka mo
exactly because it says that someone says that a true leader is driven by the interest of the people, by Longore or leader. Yes, a true leader is driven by the interest of those people.
Right.
And in most cases, as a true leader, before you can even have a cut, before you can even eat, before you can even have
leaders eat last.
Exactly. Because the people who are leading before and then what you in last. Yes. Because Hoka Kora,
yes. Oh, I know where my tapelago is. As a result, point number 9. Okay, wait. Point number 8. Yes. Point number 8. On the May 2nd, 2024, the directors of TTM wrote a letter to the investors, warning them of the community trust that Khoshi recommended to them, as it is illegitimate. So, ba fitlile kwa ba re no bona le tlo berekisa ya account ne le ska tla berekisa yela e ba le netse yona mohlomong ge le re ba netse yona le tlo berekisha e, right? So TTM e ngwalla di investors lengwalo no, that trust account ba le fileng yona mohlomongwe is illegitimate. Asiya net, asiya community. This trust was not formed guided by the Mining and Minerals Charter, and it remains illegal to us. Habitually mo tabe kitsama mo ke fraud e serious.
Very serious
fraud.
Very serious fraud. In terms of the issue of the this one, it's a very hot potato because in terms of the illegitimacy of the trust, all right, I was there, TTM eraser, the concern about the illegitimacy of the trust. I was there, all right, and I even attempted actually to understand this matter by asking questions, particularly asking the trustees about the legitimacy of the trust.
That's right.
All right. So now, it is very shocking. Now, TTM erased this issue of the legitimacy of the trust, but the council itself is initiating investigations or taking TTM to its confidence by proving to TTM that this is legitimate. Yes. That's the problem. Because yes, because during that meeting, Molo, I had to stand up and then show everyone, the community, to say, and even asking the trustees about the question now, is the trust legitimate? Because according to the allegations that TTM or trust is illegitimate, they are way fisher because you cannot form a trust without a trustee. Because a trustee, it is the guiding document. Trust. And what are the properties to be protected? What are the rights to be protected? And understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Exactly. So if the trustees a guiding line what are the responsibilities as the trustees?
Right.
Yes, to say yes, the trustees, these are the things in the trustee you are protecting, you are responsible. You are responsible. That is the power. No. A trust document.
Okay.
That one. Yeah, a trustee. Yes, a trustee. Yes. So you cannot form a trust without a trustee. Yes. So during that meeting, after raising that question to, with the trust, then one of the trustees stood up and said, "Trust ihona, rest assured, ne? Anuncha phone anovala." Something I have to, yes, you understand? You don't even have that. And that is when we were asking for the trust to prove to the community to say indeed it is existing. You understand?
Refine something.
Exactly. So I asked the trustee to say, refine trustee, re-warning as the community, to say it does exist. Because if the trustee does exist, it means that the trust does exist. You understand?
Yeah.
So somebody from the trustees, one of the trustees stood up and said, Rekaselefe trustee because trustee it is attached to the personal information of the trustees. We cannot give you a trustee.
But wait.
All right? Beside Molo, a trust deed is an independent document. It has nothing to do with the personal information of the trustees.
Just a document itself.
It's just a document itself. Just because separately. So, but just because that day really busy got a lot of issues. Okay, we never had the time actually to follow up on that one. Okay. Yes, but they thought actually they escaped during that day. They didn't escape. Yes. It came back again. We are still here. Yes, what I said. We are still here.
Ingele hlokomeleng bathong dilo tse di diralang ka mo ara taba tsa mine a di sa khatlisha wa tseba. So now it looks like TTM ga mmogo le Kgoshi are two separate entities. Aba sale one body moving towards the same mission.
Yes.
E bang ka re ba khatlhanong le ba.
Yes.
And then ka bobedi jwa bona ka re you know, two elephants are fighting.
Yes.
And the community are the ones who suffer now.
Yes, yes.
Now, point number 9. Ka ba ngwa ditse batho ba le ba di investors Lengwalo ba botsa ba re hey lo tsewa se tsa nnete emission le tso tselana tsa lena tsa go lo tlo patela.
Yes.
Right? As a result of this trust being exposed, Hoshi got furious and commanded the secretary of TTM to withdraw the letter that is truthful, which is, I think the letter is truthful and factual. It is the responsibilities of directors of TTM to warn the investors of any action that could put them at risk. Well, of course, it makes sense. If I am part of a company, yellow or not to invest, if one has something so that be aware of this. It makes sense to me.
It makes sense.
But you know, question here, if they are directors of TTM, how is it that one individual owns everything? Because we register as an individual.
Yes.
And then, but then how are these others directors then? Directors of what?
The thing, what according to how I understand it, because I'm failing to understand. The whole issue around the establishment of TTM and the ownership of it. But what I know, GORE, Mutagola, he and I establishing TTM.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that type of communication.
Yes.
As owners.
Yes.
You know, what the director, but they're not owner.
Yeah, the owner. That's why TTM, the directors now, they are demanding for the
shares.
Yes.
Oh, so directive.
Yes.
I get.
Yes.
The company, they are registered, but they don't own the shares. They own against an individual within the company.
Yes, that's the argument of TTM.
Yes. No, okay, right. So, okay, so Hoshi got mad, the investors Lengwalo, exposing the fact that a trust account they were filling is not legitimate.
Yes.
I will withdraw that letter.
Yes. So it takes us back to that issue ya gore ke eng e ka etao Hoshi kanyana, all right, in this situation,
you know,
to actually lambast everything is coming from the side of TTM. Without the proper investigations into the allegations raising TTM. Understand?
Yeah.
There must be investigations, and we are not saying Hoshi Kanyana is wrong, and we are not saying TTM is wrong, but we are saying for the best interest of justice,
let the community,
exactly, let the investigations be conducted to check if then whether and community grant the clarity. Yeah, what actually what is happening, so that when community it take a decision, it's a well-informed decision. Yes, don't worry, equally both sides, information or evidence from both sides. Yes, so my problem go now. They are now, certain group is now influencing community, mobilizing community and influencing community to take decisions on the basis of the one-sided story of that particular group. That is the problem. That is the problem. Yes, you see, and that's what happened yesterday, Gamushat. That's what happened yesterday. Yes. Because to be honest with you, Bramorone, to be honest with you, and to be honest with the viewers, is that Gamushate Maaban. I want to put it clear. I want to put it clear, and I'm ready for all criticism. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. But it is my perception how I saw things yesterday. Whatever. But for that meeting one mind. That was not the community per se. No. Those are the people who no they were lobbied to come and support
a certain
agenda.
Because everyone else,
exactly. So they had to mobilize.
Right.
Yes. So that the majority of the people inside, then they are going to support their ideas. Budget decision.
So
to say community, to say community. Exactly. That's what happened yesterday. Because after that meeting, I even had an opportunity or a privilege. One of the people by lobby. All right, but because asika mocha gore ba lobby ne and lebi asika sepela because kids ba mo lobby wangusha ne but ke moncha my perception of what transpired at the meeting and what I saw. Then kira confess gore you are correct because le nna ba lobby.
ba no re tla o tlo
ba
kwana
no
le
re
re
tla ba ka phone ba re no tla kuana wa ngushisha ka yes then uri mo gonna ore what I saw yesterday today actually it shocked me and I started to realize gore more ya shumishiwa yes because certain individuals ba re lopia so that gore ba push their own interests yes o phile malapa bona and then go hwe are wa ngushisha so I was glad gore I was not alone who saw that yes the other guy saw it
o ne bo manager
gore mo go ne bothata
a tsa mara ke nne
ke mathata
re ne le opportunity e kaone ya go aga community ya wa le project e re ka benefit everyone so ba can sa gore re itse as a collective thing re benefit everyone certain individual ba no go banya go cause factionalism jwa so re dia le politics a re sa dia le the real issue which is solving community problems.
That's the thing.
Man tabi kusha bohloko ba nna. Right. On 22 May 2024, the directors of TTM wrote a letter to Taung Chabelen Traditional Council and Khoshi, warning them of the following. Number one, the community trust is not legitimate and not registered. So that's so real. It is not registered.
Yes.
Doesn't exist. It's the Minerals Act.
Yes.
Right? Then number two, 100% shares of Taung Chabelen Tribal Mining Limited sits with somebody else in Ramphahlele since November 2022. So they mandated this guy or I register a company, I register a century director, but then he remained the sole owner, 100% yadi shares.
Yes.
So now TTM e boncha cancel or tsebang or why re sa tle meeting le ba ka shile. Right? Ona le a lot of illegitimacy mo.
Yes.
Wo shield wo owner the shares a dule mo tswa somewhere else and le banya go botsa community maka gore mine yo kwa community mola o owner ke certain individuals. That is very concerning.
Yeah. So ke be ka rata gore o bale number 11 and number 12 ne.
Okay.
And then re go gone go la ka te go. Because
yeah. But besides showing the council that Khoshi these points. So ra ba dutse fa se le Khoshi ba mmontsha ba re fete ditaba shidi.
Yes.
Okay, these points above Khoshi and his council overlooked these facts and continued as if it is business as usual. This is because of the powerful influences of this perpetrator and other two influential people in the council who control how and what Khoshi do. I would think it's about chairperson indicated
I guess so.
Mr. Button Teke. Strings. Yes. Right. Surprisingly, instead of calling a community meeting as requested by directors of TTM to address the issues raised, which are number one, the formation of a community trust, number two, 100% shares by the outsider, the perpetrator and two individual people in the council and Khoshi began to lobby for the removal of the directors of TTM who exposed the fraudulent activities in the mine project at Ranchabeleng, which gives us a suspicion that this is a coordinated plan to defraud the community in broad daylight. All right?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So now, the issue where it get me worried and even furious is the issue where if you can listen, the hot potato here, it's the
trust,
issue, the trust, the formation of the trust.
100% shares.
Yes. Now, challenge becomes Khoshi and the council, but their decisions or ba overlook.
Yeah,
Tabaji. One understand. And after at the subsequent overlook Tabaji, ne, but their decision against the people who are now exposing these issues without taking TTM and the community into confidence by actually conducting proper investigations to prove TTM wrong. To say TTM you are wrong in this regard. Yes. Yes. So that is the problem.
So we are dealing with politics here. We are no longer dealing about mind issues here.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Senyegile batho Taung Chabeleng ba nang nang garato realo. The way ke bona go tshotse milo senyega ba. tabela mine na ke be ke le skeptical le gala go tloa mathomo. I don't want to lie.
Yes.
Because ke a tseba gore in most instances when a big project like this is coming into play, go thoma go ba le the individual egos. Go thoma go ba le go baka and all of that. I knew what research was going to come, and here we are.
Yeah.
Re dira le tsona ga ne jwale, right? It's a problem.
It's a problem, Ramolo.
Right. On July 2024, 18th, those who lobby for the removal of the directors of TTM arranged a meeting with the regional manager of the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy at Polokwane Regional Office to convince the department to remove the names of the current directors of TTM on the department register, but they failed dismally and their request was dismissed. On their return, these people kept the report secret to the community and the council because they were told that they do not have the jurisdiction or authority to remove directors of TTM or have access to their files in the department. They were instructed by the DMR that Hoshi and the council must stop interfering in the running of the mine project in the community and direct their responsibilities and duties to the code of conduct of tradition and directed their responsibilities and duties to the code of conduct of traditional leadership and community affairs as guided by the Limpopo Traditional Leadership and Institution Act of 2011. Two, Hoshi and the council must stay back and allow the directors of the mine project to exercise their legal powers and duties as the directors of the company in terms of Company Act 71 of 2008 and Mining and Petroleum Resources Development Act of 2002. Gilbert Maramanyani must hand over property and shares back to the directors of TTM and leave the community to decide on its own issues of the mine project. On the 8th of August 2021, the directors of TTM wrote a final letter to Gilbert Maramanyani requesting that he hand over property and transfer the shares back to the directors of TTM where he first took them. The response from Gilbert were insults to those who supported the directors in the community. It is in the above regard that the directors of TTM refused to meet with Hoshi Komani Nchabeleng because Department of Minerals and Energy advised that Hoshi must not interfere in the affairs of the mine project, which means Yaraba questioning or now the powers.
Yes.
Clearly he does not. Right. In the affairs of the mine project or any other private business in the community, Hoshi is abusing his powers as a traditional leader and acts in bad faith to support the interest of fraudsters. Hoshi harasses the directors when they try to prove the community that fraud and corruption exists in the foundation of this mine project at Nchabeleng. As directors of TTM, we will continue to exercise our legal powers and duties at all costs to root out fraud, administer the mine project effectively and competitively and exceptionally in the best interest of our community. The mine project at Nchabeleng will start once the legal consultations are completed and those that supported criminality and fraud will be exposed and brought to book. Jale tomoja a legal term.
Yes.
I say about the mine, it's about issues of law and who is wrong and who is interfering and who is doing wrong and fraud and why is it chief claim Thabiso?
Yes. And then it's unfortunate because
produce a light.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because in the meantime, while we are trying to resolve the legal issue around the whole issue, all right, the mining project ipakilwe side.
Yeah.
Yes. So it means obviously personally somebody said it's a
and you know
I still remember that. And I'm like that one Molo, ne, to say actually problem ibile mokai ne problem itomile between the two groups ne beside actually all the personal differences before the issue that I want to raise, all right? But as far as I know, the difference one where I can not to learn from that point, all right? Yeah, the investor offered TTM 150,000, all right? TTM as the mining company, yes, all right? We feel 150,000.
Right.
Yes. Now TTM, according to the trust, GORE TTM issue Mr. Chaletela without the authority ya trust.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Because remember that GORE a trust ne owner in powers to control how everything is belonging to the community at the moment must supposed to be used. Yes. Then if that money, if an investor offer TTM money or whatever it is, it must be controlled by the trust because that thing belongs to the community. All right.
Yeah.
So now, trust it gave directives to TTM not to use that money. Why? Because trust it 200,000 from investor, but not 150,000. Understand? So they said until investor clarify or na 150,000 in because so TTM must leave that money like that, and then until the investor clarifies for 150,000 a year. But TTM nevertheless went on and then used the money. Yes. So that's where their differences started. Okay. Yes. Yes. And then the problem became, I still remember one of the meetings. I was there, and then we didn't know about the funds, 150,000. We didn't know about it, the availability of that funds. We didn't know about it.
Right.
But TTM had an audacity to come to the community and tell the community to say, we have spent 150,000 in this way. But they never came to us in the beginning to tell the community about the availability of those funds. So where do you take the audacity or the expenditure, whereas you never told us about the availability of the funds? Because you can't tell me about the expenditure wherever you never told me about the availability of the funds. Exactly. Then why do you come today and then this much?
Right.
Yes, because I raised this question with the TTM that day. Yes. Then TTM said, no, the thing those reports are totally financial reports, community financial report. I said, okay, it's fine. After that, the following week, we are meeting all right? And then this is what happened during that meeting. That's where I started to learn that TTM in this situation in Caliphate. Understand?
So two of these parties come.
Exactly. So the reason why I'm saying TTM in Caliphate is when the secretary of TTM or the director of TTM, all right, when he said, all right, that account for that 150, he said something very controversial. Yes. So he said that when the investor about 450,000, you can use that at your own discretion. You cannot say that, particularly at public funds. Here we talk about the public funds. So how can you use public funds at your own discretion? Because that means and you cannot account for it. But you cannot account for it.
Right.
So it said to me,
okay.
Yes.
Wow. I guess
no problem. Yes.
And let's hope re phafusha community ya borena ka gore se re se dumang ba sona seo, so that re kgone go control re ska lebella dilo di tswa tseleng ano phutha matsogo, because ka motshwanegile di senyega re tlo shupa bang ka mona.
Exactly.
So ke a go leboga Mthomphegi.
Yes.
Ke leboga le input ya ga le insight ya ga, and even more importantly because wena wa attend the meeting, so you know what is going on.
Yes. And lastly, my input for both parties, the directors of the TTM, the TTM and the council, these two parties, TTM council and Lily Trust. Group jo kam kana ka tsona di na le phoso. Yes, ha ona le right mo. So nna mmono wa ka gore they must be disbanded or get a new leadership.
Right.
Yes, because they don't have good intentions towards the community.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's my input.
Yeah, no, ditaba tsa rena ke tsona tseo ke tshepa gore le di kueletsa Taung Chabeleng Tribal Council ga mmogo le TTM mining.
Yes.
And so decision here century ke ka community ka matsogong a rena ke rena re sentse gore re lebelle gore na ge seemo se le so
Yes.
rena jwale re dira eng.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well re tla tswetsa pele gape taba tse tša le lengwe ke re ke a go leboga mhlompheng.
No, go leboga nna bra Molo.
Eitara.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
All right, man.
Hola.
Sure.